Golf News RI presents the Golf Dudes Podcast. Here are the dudes. Anyway, welcome to the Golf Dudes Podcast. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Big show today. Alongside across the way, who's checking his golf stats. Rich Capali joins me. Good evening, Mr. Rich. How are you today, buddy boy?
Not too bad. Had to work today. Have a big tournament on Saturday, which is why I work today. But yeah, other than it being super nasty humid out, it wasn't a bad day today.
No, it was the afternoon was fine. The morning was miserable.
As soon as the sun came out, it was gross.
So yeah, it was warm. It's supposed to be a nice tomorrow and then a hurricane for the weekend. So we have that going for us anyway. Lots to get to today, or tonight, I guess, whichever way you look at it. First things first, we should tell you that the Golf Dudes Podcast is presented by Link's Drinks, a transfusion in a can, grape juice, vodka, and ginger ale. So go to the local stores or clubs and be sure to check out Link's Drinks. Always a good thing to drink, especially on these warm days. Nothing like an ice cold transfusion. Rich knows a little bit about transfusions, and so thanks to our friends at Link's Drinks for taking on our podcast, and we're enjoying working with them. So anyway, thanks to them. Check out Link's Drinks at a bunch of liquor stores and golf courses across the state, actually really across the country. They're in 15 different locations, or they distribute to 15 locations, I guess is the correct terminology, across the country. So exciting stuff. Lots to get to today. We want to get to some of the Kirkbrae Club Championship, which is scheduled for Sunday. I don't know if that's going to happen given the hurricane that's coming, but you never know. Things change in 2 days. So we'll get to that. We also want to talk about the Pga Tour Playoffs starting today. First round is just about complete as far as I can tell. John Rahm and Justin Thomas are tied for the lead. So a good big two names on the leaderboard. So we'll talk about some of the FedEx Cup playoffs as well as some storylines on the PGA Tour. One thing that I found interesting was Jordan Spieth signed with Fanduel. He's the second golfer to sign with a sports betting company. So I thought that was kind of interesting. That happened earlier this week. You had Dustin Johnson today cracking a driver and played with 2 3-woods, which
funny story about that. They interviewed him at the end of his round, and they said that he actually picked out a used SimMax 2 or a SimMax out of the clubhouse, out of the pro shop, and he said that if they can't like airmail him or bring one down to him by tomorrow, he's going to use a what's it called, like a regular like driver that we would use.
That's pretty good.
And he also said, he's like, I'm hitting the 3-wood well enough. I don't even know if I'm going to use it, but he's like, I'll have it in the bag at least. I think it was like a 10.5 or an 11.5 degree, which is like damn near impossible for those guys to hit because they hit like 9s and 8s. So it was pretty funny.
That's a cool story. Cool story for that clubhouse.
Whoever's club that is, it's in DJ's bag now.
Now, are they charging him for the demo? Are they charging him to use the demo?
the demo price. By the way, Patriots just recovered a fumble.
Yes, we know the useless Patriots are on. I don't know if Tom Brady's going to play tonight. Oh, he doesn't play for the Patriots anymore. I forgot.
Cameron Newton gets the start.
So yes, Patriots are going on. So going to the show. The goal is to be off by 8:15. A couple minutes late. Again, we're doing it on Zoom tonight. So here we are. But first thing I want to tell you about, because they released a silent auction items today. We've been promoting it the last couple of weeks. Is the event next Friday night for the Burke Fund from 5 to 7 at Huck's Filling Station, and then 8 p.m. at Odeum Theater for a private viewing of Caddyshack, the obviously famous golf movie. And so be sure to get over to that. There's still tickets are still available. It's like a red carpet type event. Supposed to be all kinds of hors d'oeuvres and things. And obviously our friend Ed Brady is putting it on and putting on it by himself at one of his restaurants. So be sure to buy tickets for that. And if you need encouragement to buy tickets, they just released today. To be fair, this was off Ed Brady's Facebook page, but he won't mind. They released today the silent auction items for this event. And wait till you hear some of these. Now, these aren't all of them. I just picked out a few highlights. So I have them right in front of me. And so these are the silent auction items for the event. Again, this is next Friday, August 27th. And again, myself as a Burke Fund scholar, obviously the Burke Fund means a lot to me. So anything we can do to help them out is we're going to do that. So here are the silent auction items. You ready for this?
Yeah.
A signed 2019 Masters flag by Tiger Woods. Okay, that's just the first one. There's a signed PGA Championship flag by Brooks Koepka. There's a signed 2006 Masters flag by Phil Mickelson. These are all at the starting price like several $1,000.
Oh yeah,
this is the kind of stuff that they have.
That Tiger flag should go for at least 10 grand.
They have I didn't write it down, but you'll appreciate this. They had a signed Bushwood Country Club flag by the cast of Caddyshack.
That's priceless. That is awesome.
I don't know if it's the whole cast, but it's the main characters, whatever it is.
That is awesome. Ed would be able to pick out something crazy like that.
And then as far as local stuff, they have a foursome at Pawtucket, a foursome at Alpine, and a foursome at Cranston Country Club, just to name a few. Those I think were listed for a couple hundred, but obviously you split them between 4 people. It's not that bad. So that was just some of the silent auction items. I was gonna do a link to it. So, but pretty cool items. And again, a big event next Friday night.
No, is that an online auction?
No, it's a silent auction. It's in person. Well, apparently there's a thing now where you can do hit the website that Ed is using. It's called, I've never heard of it, to be fair. It's called Gala Bid or something like that. So I guess you could technically bid online if you want, but my understanding is that they're going to have like the auctions there. I think they're doing it through Diamond Sports Collections or something along those lines. Again,
yeah, they're very reputable.
Yeah, I could be wrong on the exact company name, but I think that's what they're called. So they do have an online portion to it, but my understanding is that the items are actually going to be there and you can see them and bid on them. Again, that's my understanding. Again, that's August 27th, next Friday night, 5 to 7 at Huck's Filling Station. They're going to have hors d'oeuvres, red carpet type event. And then everyone moves over to Odeon Theater for a private showing of the movie Caddyshack, and which obviously is a great golf movie and speaks right to the Burke Fund, which benefits in part Caddy. So pretty cool event there, and that's again next Friday night. So good for Ed Brady and for doing that, because he's just kind of made it up on his own and doing it on his own. So good stuff. So there you go. There's your silent auction items. If you need any encouragement to go, they're still selling tickets. They're still not giving away, but the Burke Fund put something up today on their Facebook page that if you share it, they're gonna do a draw for everyone that shares their post. Gets 2 tickets to the event. So I know they have a bunch of shares, but it could be worth looking into. But anyways, so that's that. The big news, of course, locally is we continue our coverage of club championships. We've posted just about every single club championship to this point. Congrats to everyone who won. I think it was last week. My friend Jay Barrow with a big victory at Foster Country Club. It's his 9th club championship. He's won 7 at Exeter, 1 at Laurel, and now he's won 1 at Foster. So
Jesus Christ,
pretty impressive. He's a public course player. He actually played in the Rhode Island Amateur, and he shot a 4 under par. I don't know what the par is at Foster, but 4 under par at Foster to win the title. And the guy he beat shot even par, and it's a match play situation, but pretty high quality golf there at Foster. Nice. So congrats to Jay Barrow and everybody else who has won club championship this week. At least the Sunday, in theory, if rain doesn't get in the way, we have the Kirkbrae Country Club Championship, which Championship Sunday at Kirkbrae is always one of my favorite days of the year. Whether I'm playing or not.
It should be good. Should be good if they get it off in the morning. It's more the afternoon that's kind of screwy.
Yeah. Well, it's a 36 hole final. So.
Oh shit, that's right. Yeah, I forgot.
It'll be close. But who knows? I mean, the weather could change. Hurricanes, as we know, kind of go everywhere. But the Kirkwood Club Championship final is between Mike Hamilton and Tommy McCormick. Redo of last year's final, which Hamilton beat Tommy, and now they meet for what I'm calling Hammy versus Tommy 3. because they met back in 2013 and Hammy beat them. They met last year and Hammy beat them. And so Tammy's looking for a 3 in a row here. And that's what I'm calling it. That's what we're advertising it as. But looking forward to Sunday's match. What do you? I don't want to make any predictions. They're both my friends. They've both been hugely supportive of Golf News RI. So I'm not going to predict anything and get myself in trouble. But what do you think of the matchup? Two high quality. It's a high quality match to say the least. Two big time state golfers.
Gonna be a heavyweight bout. Like you said, I'm not gonna pick any favorites. They both two of our friends. I may try and go down there if my plans get rained out at my course. But yeah, it's gonna be a heavyweight battle. These guys go at it all the time. They're actually funny to listen to them play against each other. They're absolutely hysterical. But yeah, it's gonna be a good championship Sunday.
They're also good friends. When we had Hamilton on our Amateur Series podcast, I think it was episode 5 or whatever it was. He was talking about how Tommy's actually been a huge influence on him, learning how to play the game competitively. They're still, close friends. Tommy caddied for Hamilton and the Northeast Amateur, and I guess the story Hamilton says that Tommy actually gave him hell because Hamilton was playing like crap, and these other interesting stories. So hopefully it'll be a great match, and obviously they're good friends. And I was with them last Sunday after the semifinal matches, which were about as epic as one could have predicted. And it was just fun to hear them talk back and forth about different golf stuff and all these different things. So I'm sure it'll be more of the same on Sunday afterward, not necessarily during. But it's a 36-hole final, so they tee off the first 18 relatively early in the morning. They play in like 2 hours, and then they have the other divisions go off, and then they go off. So the idea is to have everybody in, and then everybody can go back out and watch the match. So should be interesting. Hopefully it should be a good match either way. It's going to be high quality golf, and they're both coming off big wins in the semifinal. Hamilton beat Derek Audette in 20 holes, and Tommy held on to beat John O'Clair on the 18th hole, and both were epic matches. And so I was there to watch from the first hole on, and I'm just do that something similar this week. I may even try to live stream some of it on the Golf News RI Facebook page with my phone. We'll see how that works out. But it's an interesting concept. So that's coming up on Sunday in the club championship at Kirkbrae, and again we'll have the results as soon as the match basically ends. And the women's club championship was supposed to be today, but it got rained out. So I'm not sure what the plan is when that's going to be rescheduled, but we will keep you posted on that, as well as Kylie Eaton goes for her 3rd straight Kirkbrae Club Championship. She just won the junior amateur at Rhode Island Country Club. And as I posted on my Facebook page, does this mean she gets another parking spot?
Right.
So that is what's going on. And obviously Max Jackson won the boys side of the tournament. So congrats to both of them. That was last Friday. Golf News RI was down there, of course, covering at Rhode Island Country Club. And it was funny. The 2 matches were back to back, and I was trying to keep track of both of them. Right. Obviously, keep track of who's doing what. It's not easy to do at Rhode Island Country Club. Those holes I didn't really realize, because you don't really notice it in the CBS how spread out some of those holes are. And then obviously they go across the street, for the water holes. But
they're pretty far. They're far away from each other. Yeah, it's.
I never really realized that. Like I said, you don't really realize it with the CBS Classic because it's all stands and bleachers, whatever. We don't really realize how far apart some of those holes are. So it was tricky, but whatever, we got it done. Once they got to 14, 15, 16, or whatever, 15 to 18, then it was relatively easy because all those holes are right near each other. But the first 14 holes or so, it was tricky, but whatever, we got through it. So that was exciting. So that's kind of what's going on in the local world. Obviously, things are kind of dying down. I only have a couple of competitive rounds left Saturday for our President's Cup. And then next weekend, which is the Stan Baluk tournament, is one of the best tournaments of the year. The 2-day member tournament for Stan. So that's going to be really exciting. And then have a member guest on September 2nd. So that's kind of it for the competitive season. I mean, barring something else coming up, which it always could. So what do you got? How's your game? You obviously didn't play today. You worked. You playing tomorrow? Is your plan to play tomorrow?
Playing. My plans to play Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Hopefully, if we don't get rained out on Sunday.
Oh, you're off on Saturday too. Nice.
Well, yeah, we have the 36 hole. I mean, 27 hole.
Oh, that's right. That's right. All right.
Yeah.
All right. I completely forgot about that. I've been so busy. Well, not so much this week, but last week was totally hectic. I completely forgot. Talk about your big tournament. I didn't mean to demean the king.
No, all good.
Big tournament this week. So what is it? 27 holes.
27 holes. Scramble net, which Jim would love. Scramble 9 holes. Scramble 9.
Taking a shot at him.
I have to. Scramble 9 holes. Best ball 9 holes, and then the dreaded alternate shot 9 holes. So I got to get my crap together tomorrow. I can't putt to save my life, so I got to get my crap together for my pards.
Now, what's been your history in this event? Have you had success? Have you been in contention?
I'm gonna be honest.
Alternate shot is brutal.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't think I've played. I didn't play in this one last year. I don't think. The year before. I think the year before last we came in second. I think. We should have blown the field out of the doors off the field, but that alternate shot, man, it's like, and if the alternate shot is the third 9 towards the end of the day, it's the worst. I'm hoping it's gonna be the first of the second go round.
Well, if it's the first one, you can recover. You can get it back, right?
Exactly. Like with me, I mean, my brother-in-law, he's like a 6 or a 7, and I'm trending at a 15 right now, so we can definitely get that back during the scramble or the best ball. But coming off that, especially if the weather's nasty, coming off 18 and having to do an alternate shot after 18 is that's brutal. But yeah, no, we fared well. We got this one, and then we have a title defense on September 25th. The big cash, another big cash member, that we got to defend the title. Unfortunately, my dad's not playing in it. He's going to New Hampshire, so that kind of takes the kick out of it a little bit. But yeah, it's gonna be. And then we got the Ryder Cup in October, so that I'm gonna be going strong till probably at least the end of October, if not middle November.
Yeah, Jason Smith says that alternate shot is going to be the last 9. He already asked.
God.
So take that for what you will. Not, So good luck with that. But that's on Sunday. So it'll be busy.
That sucks. Right? It's gonna be so bad.
Well, you sort of light it up on the first 2 holes. I mean, the first 2 nines. Excuse me.
Right? Jeez Louise.
Now, what's your take on the 2-man scramble? Do you enjoy it? It's actually harder than it sounds. Harder than.
I mean, the 4-man scramble, I think, is kind of not a joke, but it's like almost too easy. But I think the 2-man scramble actually kind of you actually
have to think.
You have to think about it. Are you gonna take the tee shot, or am I gonna take the tee shot, or who's better with if your ball lands like 170 yards out, who takes the better 170 yard shot? It's crazy. It actually the 2-man scramble is actually tough, because you gotta prepare like a hole ahead of what we're gonna do. Who's gonna take the tee shot? Who's gonna take the second shot? Who has a better wedge game? Who putts better? So it's gonna be fun. I just hope the weather it's not too humid. I hate playing when it's humid. But other than that, yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun.
Jason adds that you're not golfing with Lou, at least. I'm not sure what he's referring to.
Sweet Lou.
I'm not sure what he's referring to, but I'm sure it's a King's Crossing thing. So that's coming up on Sunday for you said?
Yes, Saturday.
Oh, Saturday. All right, great. So we'll have the results of that on Saturday evening-ish. You'll text me them, or Peter can send me them. I'm sure you'll be wasted.
Well, maybe afterwards. Oh, he missed the field goal. What an asshole. Oh, nice job, Norton.
Oh, your TV is ahead of mine.
Oh, my bad.
Yes, everyone, the Patriots are playing. I'm assuming he misses this field goal.
He misses it wide right. Oh, my God. It was a chip shot, too. Ugh. But yeah, barring, hopefully, I mean, I have a feeling. I think that the weather's going to be warm till at least the end of November. So barring it not dipping under like 50 degrees, I'll play until it gets like 44, like 45 maybe, depending on like if it's like windy and stuff like that. I won't play, but as long as it ain't raining, I'll play. I'll play till it shuts down.
Well, I'm sure you're in the same boat as a lot of people. A lot of people just will play on forever. So, I'll play, a little bit, but competitive rounds are nearing the end. It hasn't been a great competitive season, but that's all right.
So you're saying our rounds are degenerate rounds?
Yeah, well,
for the rest of the year?
Even my competitive rounds are degenerate rounds.
Oh.
Depends on how you look at it. So all that stuff is going on. Also, the PGA Tour Playoffs are going on, so that was exciting today. But before we get to that, I think a couple questions for you. Stories that have happened this week. One, I thought was interesting. I basically just kind of copied and pasted the press release. But Jordan Spieth signed with Fanduel. So it's they're classifying it as a multi-year partnership. He's the second PGA Tour player after Bryson DeChambeau signed with DraftKings. Sorry, drew a blank for a second. With sports betting, increasing and becoming more of a factor as a degenerate gambler yourself, do you see more players signing with sports betting apps or whatever website? Or is this
I can't believe I can't. It should be. I can't believe that these guys aren't sneaking these deals, not making these deals with these companies now. Because I mean, there'll always be a ton of gambling sites, but like DraftKings, FanDuel. Trying to think of some other ones like William Hill. All these big companies that sports books operate off of. They need to get this before other sports figures get them. You know what I mean? Like I'm actually surprised like Brooks doesn't do it or DJ or anything like that. But yeah, they got to snatch these up because they're high profile deals. Like you said, more and more states I'd even say I'll go down to about months or every year. More states are adopting sports gambling. The only thing that sucks about Rhode Island is it's sports book only for us. We don't unfortunately have FanDuel or DraftKings, which sucks because the prop bets and the live betting are a lot better on the other websites. But I mean, we do what we can. I'm happy I can make a bet from sitting from my chair, having a beer instead of having to trudge my way to Twin River and make bets there. So, but yeah, I don't understand why these guys aren't trying to snatch all these deals up because it's coming hard and it's coming fast.
You think we're getting to a point where, obviously, these companies want the big names, right? I mean, no offense, but Louis Oosthuizen is not going to be signing one of these deals with these sports betting companies.
Stop crapping on your boy.
Maybe Louis is a bad example because he's kind of a star, but not in America.
Yeah, we're talking maybe like a Tony Finau or something like that. Like no, these guys want the Koepkas, they want the Spieths, they want the Rahms, they want the DeChambeaus, all that, the DJs, all that. But yeah, I just can't. I don't know why. Like when I saw this story, I meant to send it to you, but by the time I was going to send it to you, you already put a story up. I thought to myself, why aren't these guys capitalizing on this? Because it's going to catch fire soon. Like, well, it already is, kind of. I'm surprised none of the football guys or any of these other sports teams or individuals have taken advantage of it myself. So I'm not sure.
Yeah, so that was one interesting thing. And for those wondering, we're not going to hit the promo today. It's too complicated on Zoom, to be honest. It's just too much work, and it looks terrible probably. But anyways, a couple other things that I want to get to is the playoffs, and then we can obviously circle back to Kirkbrae Club Championship and whatever else. One thing I thought, Eamon Lynch, our guy, who I enjoy reading, he had a fascinating article today, kind of questioning the format of the PGA Tour playoffs. I want to get to that in a second, but a couple of other things. Another story that you sent me that I already had up was the story about the USGA employee stealing and reselling US Open tickets.
Boy,
I saw that immediately. It broke at like I don't remember who. We weren't the first to have it, but I saw it.
Was
Oh,
it
Philadelphia Fire.
was it like early morning? Like we're talking like 1, 2 in the morning? When
It
it
wasn't
broke?
that late. It was. I thought it was. I saw it first from the Philadelphia Inquirer in like the early evening of whatever day,
Oh, okay.
and
All right.
and it was actually right before I was sitting down for dinner. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
here's a good page view boost post. So anyway,
I mean, what was the
what a
numbers on
bizarre
that?
story.
Like $3 million or something like that?
He
made?
he sold it. No, he sold it total for over $1 million, but
Oh,
he
okay.
stole. He stole. They said like $3 million worth of tickets
Worth of tickets. That's what it
from
was. Yeah.
from 2013 to 2019. And the most crazy thing about it was, one, he was a USJ employee, but two, he would actually drop the tickets off at the courses where the tournament was being played. They're talking about living dangerously.
Straight up gangster. I love it. I love it.
So that, and I guess some of they didn't really reveal the ticket, not scalpers, but the people that he was working with, the companies that he was working with. But you got to think like StubHub and places like that might be on the list. And I just thought that was a bizarre story. Again, the Philadelphia Inquirer kind of was the first ones to have it that I saw, and then I kind of wrote off them and actually found the kind of the federal FBI press release. But what a bizarre story that was.
Absolutely insane. And I didn't know that he was hand delivering them himself to the will call windows. That is so gangster.
Some, not all of them, but a lot of them.
Oh, that's right to the so crazy. Oh man.
So
it's so funny.
So that was bizarre. So he's gonna face like jail time, obviously, and
a couple felonies.
I guess they said because the USGA gave a statement to the Inquirer. I guess the USGA said they've since, or they're in the process of changing their ticket policy. And because I worked in the ticket office for the USGA, that's how we obviously got access to all those tickets. And
Jesus,
what a bizarre story. So that was
sticky fingers.
Yeah. Absolutely. So that was the other big national story.
It's crazy.
And before we get into the FedEx Cup, obviously the women's AIG British Open is going on today at Carnoustie. Nelly Korda is tied for the lead.
Of course.
The new face of American golf. She obviously just won the gold medal. And I'm not a big women's golf LPGA Tour follower, but I think because historically. American women don't do well. They're never in the lead. They never win anything. At least if you want to go back, then yeah, of course. But relatively recently, it hasn't really been American winning. But now I think it's changing. I'm
telling you right now. If she tees off the way she's supposed to, and the guys tee off the way they are supposed to, I bet you she beats half of the top 10 for the men.
Maybe.
I'm telling you, she beats half of the top 10 for the men. I'm telling you, she is nasty. She's so good.
Yeah, she was fun to watch at the Olympics, and I'll try to catch some of it on TV this week. But like I was saying, I just think she's great. She's exactly what women's golf in America needs.
And she has a sister who is good too.
Yeah, and her sister, and she she's a good face for the sport. And so I think that's what women's golf in America needs. So hopefully they can piggyback off of her and kind of build it up. Because like I said, in the past years, you watch the majors, of course, but just to watch the LPGA Tour.
When I have time, I try to catch it. The only problem that sucks is it's always on after the PGA. And if I'm watching the PGA, I've been sitting in front of the couch for like 2.5, 3 hours just watching it, and then I got to watch another like hour or two after it. So it kind of puts me in an awkward spot unless it's like overnight golf or like more early morning golf. So, I don't like the way they have the women set up schedule wise. You know what I mean?
Yeah, or they kick it to Peacock and then nobody watches on.
Oh, and then nobody watches it anyways. Before we do anything else, how about that? How about that seizure of all those fake golf clubs that I sent?
I didn't read the whole story. I saw the headline.
Yeah, I was like, got to be Scotty Cameron's, got to be like Vokey wedges, all that stuff. Oh man,
Speaking of
I
Scotty
love.
Cameron, how do you have an extra 100 grand lying around to bet on Tiger Woods'
Oh,
putter
Tigers,
from
Tigers.
2002?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I saw that. Yep. I'll
uh,
take
that
two.
was- I don't know how they get those items. It's really unbelievable. But they
Oh
said
yeah, it's
it's going
crazy.
to go for over like $100,000,
Oh, easy,
something crazy.
easy. Some of
So
these special edition Scotties go for like 2, 3, 4 grand. I mean, and they're just special edition of what he puts out. You know what I mean?
mhm.
It's
So
crazy.
yeah, so a couple of crazy but interesting stories on the national level. So we had that covered this week. PGA the FedEx Cup playoffs. Let's get into it. Amon Lynch had an interesting story that I just read earlier today. Again, I think obviously he's a funny guy to listen to talk, and
He's one of the funniest reporters for any sport that I've ever heard before. He's hysterical.
and him and Brandel Chambly going back and forth.
Oh yeah.
His ball
Oh yeah.
on Twitter. It's quite
Oh, he's
hilarious, but
hysterical.
he's also a great writer. So he always comes up with the stories. I don't know, he's obviously well connected. So he had an interesting story today. I don't know if you saw it. It's on Golf Week. He literally just put it up within the last 2 hours or so. So it's relatively new. But he's talking about how the PGA Tour should change their format for the FedEx Cup playoffs. He said that they basically should do the point system for the regular season. Then once the playoffs start, the point system is wiped out. So instead of having it by points, if you're in the top 70 this week, you advance. If you're in the top 30 the next week, you advance. And he said if they do that, because he said the reason why the PGA Tour does it this way is because they want to protect the superstars. But he said if they do that, now you give the Cinderellas a chance.
Plus it protects the ratings, the TV ratings, and all that. Right. Yeah, it makes sense.
I thought it was a really interesting column, a really interesting concept. He was saying just wipe out the points once the playoffs start. Then it's just the top 70 of that week make it, and the top 30 of the next week make it, and the winner, wins in theory. The FedEx.
What is it? 120? It's 120 or 125 this week.
Well, this week was the top 125.
125.
Next week's the top 70.
Top 70, 35, and then
top 70 and then top 30. But it's just
30,
based on it's just based on points. So for example, this morning news broke, and I don't know if you saw it, but news.
Yeah, I kind of agree with that. I agree with that.
Check it out. Check out the article. And again, we don't like to promote other media here, but Amon, he's a great writer, and he obviously has a lot of thoughts and is well connected. But for example, Patrick Reed withdrew this morning. I don't know if you saw that.
I saw that. Yeah, foot ankle injury, foot injury.
This is the second straight tournament he's withdrawn. He withdrew last week too at the Wyndham.
So you got to think. Do you think the Ryder Cup's in jeopardy?
He did both of them right before his tee time. So I don't know if that's like a jackass move or something, but he withdrew.
Do you think the Ryder Cup's in jeopardy now?
Is he for him?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, he's gonna make the cut. He's projected to drop to. He's 22nd in the FedEx Cup rankings right now. He withdrew this week. He's projected.
Oh, so he'll be fine. Yeah, he'll be fine. I'm just more worried about him in the Ryder Cup because when he plays the Ryder Cup on U.S. soil, he's an absolute force.
But under Iman's idea, if he withdraws, he wouldn't be in the field next week because he withdrew. Yeah. And so that's what Amon. It's a really fascinating column. Now I don't want to spend too much more time on it, but
because you're gonna see a couple of guys probably not play next week because they're going to be inside the top 30. You know what I mean? Which is kind of crappy, I guess. It doesn't get like, oh, I'm solidified. I don't have to play for my spot. Which under the current rules, that's exactly what that means. That's exactly what that means. But then it kind of gives like the Cinderella guys a chance to get inside.
All right. So I thought it was a fascinating column by Amon Lynch of Golf Week, and it's worth a read. It's not a long column, so it won't take you forever to read. Some of his columns there.
Did Cam Newton just throw a touchdown pass?
And this guy missed another field goal.
He missed that. No, that was an extra point. That's even worse. Was that Cam? It was. Cam Newton threw a touchdown, ladies and gentlemen. Holy crap.
Yeah. That's your starting quarterback.
Pretty much.
So let's get into I'm trying to be off by around 8:15 or so, but obviously whatever the hell we want. Let's get into today's round. Exciting first day, low scoring. Rahm and JT obviously went crazy.
They were saying that when the rains came through this morning, I guess, it softened up the course. So they were anticipating a little bit lower numbers today because the course was playing firm. So that storm came through this morning and kind of loosened the course up a little bit. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Sorry. I thought you were going to get into the leaderboard. My bad.
All right. Yeah. So we had a battle on our hands with Justin Thomas and John Rahm. They both closed the day at 8 under 63. I'm going to give you guys. I'll give you guys a little bit of insight into the next round. So that goes that if it stands correctly today, Justin Thomas moves into 7th in the world. I think he's like 28th. I think right now. That'll move Rahm to 4th. Move up to 4th. Harold Varner 3 coming from the clouds at 5 under. That'll move him to 48th. Adam Scott is 4 under. That'll move him to 34th. These are all final, by the way.
Yeah.
Tony Finau 4 under, tied for 4th. That'll move him to 12th. Kevin Na 4 under. He had a great day today, from what I saw. I think he just missed a birdie putt on 18. That would have been nice to have him tied for 2nd. What else we got? Cameron Champ 3 under final. Victor Hovland 3 under. Patrick Cantlay 3 under. If you remember, what's his face is caddying for him.
Joe LaCava.
Joe LaCava, thank you. Jesus. Let's see. Keith Mitchell 3 under. Lonto Griffin 2 under. Let's see. Let's go down here. Mark Leishman 2 under. Hideki Matsuyama 2 under. Cameron Smith 2 under. Harry Higgs 2 under. Keegan Bradley 2 under. Let's see. Come on. Paul Casey 1 under. 70. Lee Westwood 1 under. Brooks Koepka 1 under. Schauffele 1 under. Scotty Scheffler 1 under. Joel Damon 1 under. Dustin 1 under. Dustin Johnson 1 under. Bubba Watson even 71. Rory even. Daniel Berger, Doug Gim, Pat Perez all even. Let's see what we got. Stuart Singh.
So right now, instead of reading the whole leaderboard, because it's getting kind of.
Oh yeah, no, but there's some notables that are
right now. If you obviously you have the projections in front of you, what's the who are the guys that are right inside? It's the top 70 make it and FedEx
top 70.
So who's right?
Let's see who's
right on the bubble. I'm interested in that.
Hold on, calm down. All right, top 70 bubble. So you got
and FedEx got points though.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. So you got above the cut line right now, up in the top 70 right now. Phil Mickelson, Matt Wolff, Harry Higgs, Matt Fitzpatrick. Outside the cut, Shane Lowry, Lanto Griffin, Tyrrell Hatton. Come on. Who else? Bubba, Joel Damon, Ian Poulter. That's pretty much it. There's really no other. Yeah. Pat Perez, Gary Woodland, Jason Day, but they're like in the 116s. So yeah, it's going to be interesting. If you guys want to look at it, it's on the PGA Tour. It's on the main website. You can do projected standings. You can watch it fluctuate as it goes.
Interesting. So I'm interested to watch again who's fighting for their lives on the bubble. Phil has to play well, right? He can't crap himself. He's got to play well the rest of this week.
Yeah.
And those other guys, I would be surprised if Shane Lowry makes a run. He's
he plays well. He's really good.
Ian Poulter, he's getting ready for the Ryder Cup.
Yeah. I bet you he's kind of like checked out. Bubba, I think Bubba makes a run too. This course is gettable for him. Him and the long hitters like Bryson and all that stuff.
Is it expected to play soft the whole week? Is it expected to?
I mean, it's going to be humid. I assume it's going to be the same weather here that they're getting there. So, if it doesn't rain, it's not supposed to rain tomorrow. Maybe a shower Saturday and then crap on Sunday. So, hopefully, maybe overnight it'll firm up a little bit, but it's probably going to be damp the whole week.
Interesting. So that's your PGA Tour wrap, FedEx Cup playoffs, and the Northern Trust over at Liberty National in New York. Should be interesting to watch the rest of the week. Obviously, Rahm and JT are off to great starts, and see if they can keep it. Obviously, JT hasn't played great this year, but he won the Players. But it's been an interesting year for him to say the least. So it would be something if he comes back to win the FedEx Cup. So there is that. And I know people want to get to the Patriots. They're up 13-0 on the Eagles. And so we'll be interested to see what happens. What happens with them? They have one more preseason game left, and then it's go time basically.
Yeah.
We'll see who.
Oh yeah, that's right. We have 17 games this year, huh?
Yeah.
I completely forgot about that.
Only 3 preseason games, but I guess it's like a week or 2 off after the last preseason game, or something like that.
I think so. Yeah. Yeah.
So anyway,
well, they were trying for a long time, just knock it down to 2.
Yeah.
Because a lot of guys were getting hurt. So.
I like the preseason. I mean,
for us, it's kind of sucked.
I don't really care about it, but
I mean, for us, it's kind of sucked the last 20 years. But now there's an actual, like an actual competition for the position now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, fans hate it, but when I used to cover the Patriots, preseason was the most fun part of the whole year.
Right.
You have the projections, you have the depth chart stuff. That was the best part of the whole season. Never mind the regular season. The games are whatever. But the preseason was the most fun part of the whole thing. So, anyways, we're gonna wrap this up and get the heck out of here. A big weekend ahead. Rich has got his big 27-hole marathon on Saturday. He's resting up for it. Hopefully he gets a win. Golf News will have that covered Sunday, Championship Sunday at Kirkbrae, as we continue to cover Club Championship golf across the state. Tommy McCormick versus Mike Hamilton, 3, as I phrased it. Tommy versus Hammy 3. And so that should be a really fun day. Hopefully the weather holds out so they can get it in. And we'll have those results as well as a possible live stream of the event. We'll see what it looks like, but we'll be trying to innovate here. So that's what we have going on. We have the Fast Cup all week, all weekend, I guess. And then obviously next week they move on to the top 70. So it'll be interesting to see who sneaks in and who's on the bubble. But that's what we have this week. We will talk to you next week. Same bat time, same bat channel. Remember, August 27th, Burke Fund event. Be sure to check that out and sign up. They're still selling tickets for it. And again, it's advertised at Huck's Filling Station, and it's a red carpet event. And then they have the Odeum Theater for a viewing of the famous movie Caddyshack. So definitely want to check that out. And we will talk to you guys next week. Good luck to Rick in his great tournament. And good luck to both Tom McCormick and Mike Hamilton on the Kirkwood Club Championship on Sunday, and hopefully pray that the rain stays away. It really hasn't stayed away this summer, so it might as well just continue to ruin events. My dad says good job. So anyway, thanks everybody for tuning in. We will talk to you throughout the weekend with updates from the King, updates from Kirkbrae, and everything else in between. So just looking forward to the weekend. Talk to you later, everyone. Have a great golf weekend, and we'll see you all soon. Bye-bye.